Hey, you two. Well, it looks like with Wendy Williams, another apology tour. My God, I've never seen anybody who spent more time apologizing. Wendy Williams, maybe you need to slow down and figure out just exactly what your show is. I mean, what is it? Are you going there and you just shade people? Are you some kind of gossip station or I'm not sure what it's supposed to be interviewing people, right? But you take time to always say something ridiculous and shady and end up apologizing again. Now, how would you feel if everyone who came on your show compared you to Oprah? Oprah has her own network. Step up your game, Wendy. Barbara Walters retired with millions. Step up your game, Wendy. Girl, I don't. Wendy Williams, leave these people's icons alone, honey. There's some things you just don't open your mouth and say. Now, I think that a person who has been in the show business as long as you have, I would think that you would have learned this by now. You don't go on your show, you're shading these SPU schools, these schools predominantly black people. You got to come and apologize for that. You got to get Roland Martin on your show. Certain things you just don't say anything nasty about. I mean, maybe you can't control your mouth. You just like to say shady shit. Because, listen, if you're talking to a bunch of people who are hardcore Elvis fans, you don't go and say something nasty about the king. He's Elvis. Hardcore Diana Ross fans. Oh, don't do it, honey. Oh, no. You can't shade her. She's a legend. The word legend implies that there's due a certain amount of respect. Now, these Clark sisters, because Snoop Dogg then came in here and did this phenomenal thing where he has won as the number one on the gospel charts. He's done a phenomenal thing. He also had millions of fans before he got to the gospel genre. So what he's done is he has sold like people in his industry sell. They sell millions and millions of records. That's not what gospel music is. It's not what it is. You can't compare them. It's apples and oranges. Just like you can't compare you with Oprah. This is dumb. Every time I look around, Miss Wendy Williams is apologizing to somebody about something. What about that Judge Matt now? Baby, that Judge Mathis, when he went off on you, girl, that was the most, that should go in history books as one of the finest readings. Now, I'm not a big fan of his or anything like that, but when that man laid into your ass, that was classic. Girl. I mean, he started pulling it apart, didn't he? Wendy, it doesn't pay to be getting on there being nasty. Bottom line. Now, maybe you didn't think it's nasty, but where did you come up with the idea just because Snoop Dogg has got a successful album? Why do you have to drag in the Clark sisters and compare them and tell them they got to step up? They don't got to step up nothing. They're already legends in that industry. And their mission and their music is not the same. Most pop artists, let Beyonce do a gospel record. You think she's going to be number 23 on the gospel charts? Of course not. She's going to be number one because that's what they do in pop. They follow their people that they love. So it's not surprising. It's a different kind of audience. Leave people's icons alone, Miss Wendy Williams. Don't go up there talking shit about Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, the Beatles. Leave people alone and leave them out your mouth, girl. Now you are somebody who's constantly in the spotlight for these mishaps you have. Perhaps it's time for you to start thinking about retirement, because when you told those girls to step up the game, your eyes were like, step up your game. I mean, you look like a fucking zombie. I don't think you're in the place where you need to be telling anybody to step up their game. You need to step up your game, Wendy Williams, and you need to come clean with what's going on with you. So if you have had a relapse, if you are on some kind of psychiatric medication, Whatever your issue is, that's what you need to be addressing, honey. It's time for you to get serious at this point in your life. Tell us the truth. There's something going on. Now, they said you have some kind of whatever. You're not telling the truth. I get the feeling, this is just a feeling, that you're not telling the truth. And maybe, perhaps, if you told the truth, you could lose your show. Stop being so controversial and leave our Clark Sisters alone. Now, you might want to buy some Clark Sister records and some gospel music to get you through this period you're going through. I know taking that vacation was painful for you because you want to be on air all the time. I can imagine that. You want to work. But there are certain things that networks are not going to deal with. They're not going to put up with. And you know that. So walk a little lighter.